Yeah. Good evening, Pete Francis. Good evening, Jeff.
How are we doing? Good to see you, Ollie. Very
Good, mate.
well.
How are you?
Was it a good weekend for you, I hope?
It was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely excellent. Warm, windy.
Yeah,
Couldn't ask for anything more.
brilliant stuff. Yeah. I've had 2 good days down here and I got skunked today.
Oh,
I'm at the
yeah,
Isle of
two out
Wight,
of
so
three. 2 out of 3 is good, though, isn't it?
good going in it. Yeah, yeah. Really enjoyed it as well. And on a 5-3 as well, not my six. What's that all about?
Right. Proper session.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's been good. Enjoying it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Excellent. I'll just share the screen. Jeff, see you've been out recently. You're muted, mate. You're muted. Can't hear you.
Sorry, Ollie. So, yeah, I did a couple of days at West Kirby this weekend. So sorry, I didn't join you at Rossi, but
No, it's all
my body
right.
was knackered.
Did you
Uh,
did you see the videos? There's some videos of
I've
you on
not looked.
the West Kirby.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I tagged you. I
Right.
tagged you in it.
Sorry, I've been playing golf today, so I've not had a chance to catch up with anything. So
Thank God.
I'll have a look at those. Did I look half decent? Did you get me
You
doing a jibe?
look good. Yeah, you look, big muscly. Yeah, lots of nice hair as well.
Right. To be honest, Ollie, I got some really good jibes in. I got some really good jibes in.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, look at that.
that
That
one's
wasn't the best
really
one.
nice. It's just a rig flip right at the end. But otherwise, it's
Yeah.
super jibe.
Yeah, I got better actually on some of the days where they weren't videoing it.
I think
But
this
I'm
one.
really pleased with progress.
This one, you don't see your jibe on here. Though you're just going into the beach.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
But also
yeah,
there's
but I've got some hours. Got some hours in. So yeah, I mean your teaching's really helping me, Ollie. It really is.
starting to pay dividends.
Yeah, starting to get some of the field now. So I'm really
Yeah.
whizzing around now. Yeah.
I mean, that's nice stance. Jibe, super. Look how flat the board is.
Yeah.
Really
Look
nice.
at that.
Really nice.
Railing it there.
Yeah, even the rig flip, really nice. And then just there, that's when you remember we talked about in Tenerife is thrust the hips forwards. You stand up
Yeah.
nice and straight and
Yeah.
then drop again when you catch the new side.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if I was being critical, I know you got straight into it, but my left hand needs to be a little bit nearer that mast as well, just to get it a bit
Could be a little
sweeter.
bit, yeah. But it's looking, I mean, it looks heaps better than it used to.
Yeah, I'm getting there now.
Yeah, it's coming, it's coming. What's happened here? There we go. Richin. Pete Francis, how was your sessions this weekend?
Yeah, pretty good. Like I say, I was shocked. I was on a 5-3, and I was being too optimistic today, and it said it was windier today, but it was different direction, and I just got skunked. It was I just couldn't even get out off the beach, so it was a bit of a downer that. But like I say, 2 really good days. There's some big ships come across here. Good Lord,
What,
some big tankers. Eh? It's here. It's Isle of Wight, so it's going
I
into the
know,
shipping
right.
lane. Yeah.
You got to be careful.
Yeah, but but yeah, listening to what you were saying, I've been conscious about putting my hand closer to the harness line and pushing the sail away from me, and
Yeah.
I actually got round without grabbing the mast, which is like unbelievable, if I'm honest with you. So that obviously worked well.
Yeah.
so I didn't nail them, but it's obviously getting a bit better because I can manage to get it round and grab straight onto the boom. So
Yeah,
I
that's
think
good.
on a flat one, because it was proper bump and jump stuff. So I think on a proper flat water session, I'll be able to nail that technique and get a lot better at it, I hope.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh,
Looking
excellent.
forward to it. Yeah, looking forward to it. But yeah, can't complain. Some miserable days I've been here, but equally some 2 good days out of the 3. So no complaints. Yeah.
Look at the
Yeah.
forecast now. It looks all right. There's a bit of wind this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to Weymouth, I think, on tomorrow. I'm coming across to mainland, so I'm gonna shoot across down to Weymouth, I think.
See,
Tomorrow's rubbish, but I think Wednesday's looking good. If I think.
Big days coming. Thursday's going to be nuclear.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's got to be worth a visit, hasn't it?
42 knots. That'll be good.
Yeah, it's always flat water there, though, isn't it? So
Yeah,
I
it
think,
is. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's got to be done, and it's rude not to, if I'm honest. Well, I'm this
Yeah.
close, so I may as well just give it a go.
See what
So,
West Coast is like.
Yeah. Pay your harbour fees just in case you have to get rescued.
the what? Sorry, Pete.
Pay your harbour fees at Weymouth just in case you have to get rescued. They
Oh,
don't
have you
ask
been
you
down?
unless. Sorry,
Have you been down there? Do you have to pay
I
harbour
go,
fee?
go each, I go each November.
All right. So what do you do parking that? Because I've been once before and I just parked in the car park, and to be truthful, I didn't pay nothing. I just blagged it and I
Hey,
just went out all day.
that's up to you, but yeah, you can park in the car park just by the launchway. That's what I normally do, and they charge you so much a day, but it's not that much, and it includes harbour fees and all the rest of it. But if you have to get rescued, then they ask you for the harbour fees. That's it, because George got done like that. Luckily, she'd paid them.
So are you talking about the car park by the OTC or the car park at the other end of the bridge?
By the OTC, but actually inside the compound, if you know what I mean.
All right.
Because
Okay.
there's one outside the gates, and you have to come through the gates to launch and whatever, don't you? Just walk your kit through.
The only one I've ever done is a car park. Literally, as you go onto the bridge, you turn immediate left, and there's a cafe there. And I've parked there, and it's big stones that you have to get across into the water.
Yeah,
right.
no, it's right by OTC itself, literally by the side of OTC.
Okay, yeah, I shall.
But it's up to you. I mean, you have to pay money there, and you can do it for nothing. But if it's one of those rough days and you have to get rescued, then it's an embarrassment.
Don't get rescued.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But you can walk back. You can walk back though, can't you? Because it's only sort of knee deep.
No, not in the deeper. Well, obviously not in the deeper bits. It is by the edge. But if you're sailing out a bit, then it's like anywhere else, isn't it?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I'll thank you for that. I might pay the rest. There again, I'm Yorkshireman. I've travelled a long way.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, you've got to be very stingy, haven't you, Pete?
Yes.
A reputation to maintain.
Yeah. I had to.
So,
I'll just tell you
Ollie,
very quickly. I'll just tell you this one very quickly while I've been here. I thought I'd get a cream thing and a scone and a cream and jam. So I went into this place. I says, and there's a sign says cream scone for £6.50. So she brings out the cream scone and I goes, "Where's the brew, love?" She goes, "Oh, you don't get that included." I says, "Well, I guess I'm going to go thirsty then, aren't I?"
Tell me you're from Yorkshire without telling me you're from Yorkshire.
Yeah, £6.50 for a scone and jam. You're joking, aren't you? Anyway, that's my quick thing.
Yeah, that's Pete's week.
Yeah.
Oh, there's definitely some wind. Weymouth's going to blow its tits off. It looks like, Pete.
Yeah.
I think West Kirby Friday maybe. See how this direction's a bit off. But hopefully it's
southerly though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit
not
west,
the best.
Yeah, southwest at 3 o'clock. But it's a long way off, so we can see. Might change. If it's good this week, I will be coming over to West Kirby for sure. I've got my new sails. You are?
Did you do the changing the subjects? Like, did you do the waves on the Saturday or the Sunday? Because I looked on Rossi on Saturday, and
we did both days at the Inland Sea. We just stayed.
Oh, right. So you did the waves, right? Okay.
Yeah,
I was going to say, because I looked at the Rossi forecast and thought, oh wow, that's challenging.
Saturday was an absolute washout. I went to check it, and it was like mass time, like it was that Sunday when we were there last time.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah.
I said, well, fuck that. We'll go to Inland Sea.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, it was still quite, even though the wind had dropped, it was still quite big waves. And everybody was like very happy to go back to the Inland Sea. So we just went back there. It was good for you. Really good weekend. I've actually there's some pictures here, so we can get them up. Yeah.
So is it bump and jump and wavy on inland bit then, Ollie, or is it just flat?
No, it's completely flat. You see how deep, you can see the depth.
Oh yeah.
One there is about waist deep.
Oh wow.
It's complete. It's like that everywhere, Pete. That's a deep part. You know, it gets shallower, so it's like it goes down to maybe like thigh depth.
Yeah.
You can see somebody else there. It's not very deep at all. It's lovely.
But the beauty is, foilers can't get there because it's too shallow,
Exactly,
which
it's
is
too
great.
shallow for spoilers.
Ah, right. Exclusive windsurfing.
Yeah, it is. It's the same conditions as West Kirby, but there was nobody. We were the only people there. We had the whole place to ourselves.
Can you overnight there in a camper?
There is a campsite there. It didn't open till it opens next week now.
Right.
But we just like, you can camp wild on the roadside or whatever. I used to.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, yeah.
So just a reminder then, it's high tide, a couple of hours either side, and
actually, Jeff, you can sail it at all tide.
Right.
So the deepest point here while we were there, it was like right in the middle of high tide and low tide. There's like a huge lag in the tide because it takes ages to fill up.
Yeah.
And when it empties, it drops to maybe like in the shallow parts, it's probably about knee deep. But then you just walk a little bit further across, and it's still deep enough. Like we were windsurfing, we were still out like at low tide, and it was still fine.
Yeah.
You just need to make sure you take some smaller fins. Like most people I had two 32-inch fins. I had two, and they were
mine's a 280. 280 will do it.
Yeah,
32-inch fins.
Yeah, 32-inch.
Not 32 centimeters.
32 centimeters. Yeah, sorry, you're right, Rich. Yeah, 32 centimeters.
Just as well again, Ollie, aren't you? Yeah, yeah.
Having a moment.
This is 6 inches. Yeah, I know.
Exactly. Yeah. But it was, yeah. I mean, you could probably go a slightly bigger fin than that, but not much. But it's a great place. Like Paddy, for example, he was trying out. He's got a smaller Futura. He tried that for the first time. Willow also tried a small board for the first time. It's a beautiful place to do stuff like that. It's a bit like West Kirby. It's very kind of safe, and the conditions are very constant, so you can try new things without any real problems. You just don't have any wing foilers either.
Oh.
Yeah, oh yeah. What a shame. But super weekend, really good. And this is from the Saturday. So Saturday we had like 35 knots. And then Sunday we had like 20 when we first got out, and then it dropped. It dropped quite fast on Sunday. But no, a good weekend. And yeah, this week there's some wind for Bridlington, I think. Rich, you're gonna get out this week?
Thursday.
I'm
looking at. Friday obviously got church because it's Good Friday. And I think Thursday's the only other day.
Yeah, Thursday looks good, doesn't it?
I can't complain. I've been out 3 times this week.
Yeah.
So
quite warm as well.
You got sunshine as well.
Been cold this week.
Cold?
Yeah. I forgot my boots one day. I'll not do that again.
Long range forecast. The clinic. Anybody wants to join? 6th and 7th. Looks windy. Anybody?
Where's that?
That's at Freysoap.
Oh.
What are you doing?
What?
Well, it's whatever you want to do. Just come and tell me what you want to learn.
What day is that, Ollie? 6th and 7th?
6th and 7th of April, yeah.
Oh, bugger, I'm away.
Yeah. Hey, you're not.
I'm not. I'm back by then. Yeah. Yeah.
So if the forecast looks good, you want to come and join, you're more than welcome.
What we're going to do? Are we going to have a go to forward? What direction is it?
It is southwest, and then south.
Southwest. Yes.
Yes.
Still a long time ago, that.
Yeah, it's a long way off, but
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't piss on my bonfire, Pete. I need. Well, I'll keep an eye on that, Ollie. Which, yeah,
it looks good a couple of days before. I've still got, I think I've got 3 or 4 spaces. I think it's 3 spaces. So keep an eye on it, and then let me know if you want to come. You want to just do one day is fine. If you want to do both, also.
How much is it, Ollie?
60 for one day is 90 for both.
Right. If I'm there, I think pretty sure I'm away.
6th and 7th of April. Right.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at me. Can I look at my calendar? Well, yeah, I can, can't I?
Yeah, you'll be able to. And then wasn't it? Rich over your video last time, didn't we? Have you had any luck with this, Rich, since the talk from last week?
What's that? Sorry, I was elsewhere.
We were talking about last week about going for the front strap first and let yourself
Yeah,
bail.
well, I've kind of been disciplining myself. If I'm going for the straps, I'm going for front strap first, and not getting in the straps. I'm finding, because it's been really windy this week, and I've been on quite a small volume board, I'm finding that I'm just my technique is not fine enough to deal with the small board. Do you get my drift? And so I've been planing into wind and getting proper narked with it, to be fair. Particularly yesterday when I was on a 6 meter and 114 litre board. I found that every time I went for the front strap, I was putting too much weight on the back of the board, so it was scooting into wind and not. I found leaning into the harness and shoving the sail forward helped. But it's practice, Ollie. You know, I'm all right on a big 135, 150 litre board. But when it gets smaller, my feet are missing the board and all sorts.
I mean, the topic for tonight was, it was a very quick topic, and we've talked about it quite a lot, but it's positioning of the front hand on the boom, especially when we go for straps and stuff, is bring it back here.
I'm not getting anything on the screen, Ollie. I don't know why.
You're not?
No.
Yeah, I have it.
Have you got it, Pete?
Yeah, I can see it.
I've got it. Yeah, I've got it.
I don't know what's going on to me, because I've not got Pete either on screen. I can only hear him.
Well, I'll explain it to you, Rich. So I've got the pen out, but I'm just saying you need to move your front hand back towards the harness lines more.
Yeah.
Then send the back hand even further back.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going to go for your front strap, because it positions the sail further forwards.
Yeah.
Which allows you to counterbalance by getting the weight back without upsetting the trim of the board.
I think, to be honest, I've been getting very lazy and hooking in. And with hooking in, and particularly if it's a strong wind, you lean back to resist the pull of the sail. And that ultimately puts everything on the back of the board.
Yeah.
Which is the problem. By throwing everything forward towards the nose of the board, it seemed to be better. But the problem was yesterday, it just dropped off enough for me to have a long walk home.
So also, I mean, if it's very windy, Rich, putting some longer lines on will help.
Well, I'm on 32s and 34s. I don't know if
Try moving up even more, like I use 36.
Oh wow! Here we go. More money.
Yeah, harness line. What cost? What, 14 quid for a pair of harness lines?
Lower your boom.
Yeah, that's the cheap alternative is to lower your boom.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Because doesn't that put more weight on your feet anyway?
Yeah, it will do. Yeah, it has the effect of making you sort of be a bit lower then.
Right. Yeah, and the other thing is, I was finding, because it was choppy, I'm getting unhooked because I'm not committing enough weight into the harness.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard if it's very gusty, but try and bring the hands closer. So if you're just sailing normally, not if you say, let's say you're in the straps already,
Yeah.
Or you're not in the straps but you're not planing, is bring the hands in a little bit closer, and it stops you being able to pull on the sail so much, which forces you to commit more to the harness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you kind of got you're putting yourself at a disadvantage when you do that, but that disadvantage is necessary to give you an advantage somewhere else, if that makes sense.
Right.
So you're disadvantaging your ability to alter the trim of the sail, but by doing that, you give yourself an advantage in that you can commit more to the harness, which then allows the board to accelerate and it doesn't bounce around so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a big thing, and particularly it was northwesterly yesterday at Freythorpe, and it was quite choppy.
Yeah, it is very choppy in that direction.
So I was finding I was getting hacked off, and every time the board left the water, or when it comes down the other side of the wave, I'm not spinning out, but losing that planing. It was dropping off the plane each time.
Yeah,
which I think is symptomatic of the same problem.
Yeah, so it changes a little bit in waves. You've got to be a little bit more dynamic. You've got to move with the wave. Because otherwise you do have stuff like that. Like if you stay right off the side of the board, especially on a big board, and you go off the back of a bit of a chop and you take off a little bit, you might spin out.
Yeah.
Then you need to come up over the board slightly. And as the fin starts to go back into the water and starts to grip, then you can load it back up again. We've talked about that a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
There you go, Pete. There you go, Rich. So it's 23 quid, 36-inch harness lines. Just to prove
sail, catching.
Do you always go for the foot straps first, Ollie, then, before you hook in?
No, I'm normally hooked in. The only times I would go for the foot straps first is if I've come out a jibe and I'm overpowered. I sometimes go for the foot straps first then, because once you're in the straps, you've got control of the board again. To be honest, I do that in most cases when I'm overpowered, also in waves. I'm on my wave gear. If I'm very overpowered, I'll go to the foot straps first. But otherwise, in most cases, it's harness first. Especially somewhere like Kefalox, for example. But yeah.
And so you're talking about Richard pulling his hand back to the harness line there, and the backhand going. Is that just to get in the straps? Isn't it? Once you're going, you then readjust to similar to that position there, where he's got.
So it's similar to where Rich is now. Is quite good for just a normal sailing position. But I would say if you're struggling, especially if you're really struggling with that front strap, is get the hands back here. Because it gives you an advantage in that the sail's already further. You don't have to think about pushing it forwards because it's already forwards.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. And then when you're going for the back strap, you could move them back to where they are now. And that'll bring us back a little bit. Yeah. Which is what you want to happen for the straps anyway.
I apologize. My power's gone, so I'll have to leave you now.
That's all right, Pete. I'll see you next
soon.
See you, Pete. Ta-da. And so I've heard that I thought you meant to get your hands as close as you can to either side of the harness line once you go in. So is that right?
Once you're comfortably planing, then you want to be trying to bring them in. How close they come depends on depends a lot of things like gusts.
I struggle doing that. I do struggle doing that. I've tried many a time to get them right close to that, because I have mine literally a palm width, and to get both hands, I don't know, it's just not comfortable at all. I can't manage it.
It depends also on the sail.
Right.
Smaller sails generally are twitchier, so you might find it a little bit more difficult to do. But if your sail's rigged right, with the right mast in it, with good downhaul, good outhaul, you should be able to bring the hands pretty close together.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, you definitely should be. You should. You definitely should get to shoulder width with the hands. If you can't get to shoulder width, and maybe look at the way it's trimmed, there might be some problems in there.
Yeah, I think I'm shoulder width when I'm thinking about it. maybe a bit more.
It's something to think about next time you're out windsurfing. Just think about where your hands are on the boom always.
Yeah.
And think like, so if, let's say for example, let's say your foot straps or calf jibe, whatever. Anything with the sail goes forwards, move the hands back.
Yeah.
So always do the opposite with the hands of what you want to do with the sail. Forward loop, sail wants to go up and across, and then you pull in. So you're going to move the hands back on the boom to do that, because then I can get it further across and up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Half jibe entry. Going to move the hands back. Oh, weird. I'm going to move the hands back on the boom, so I want the sail to go forwards and across the board. Yeah, as I go into it. So if I do that, it goes further that way, which helps keep the board flat. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do the opposite. Going in for attack. I'm going to move my hands, might move my front hand onto the mast and my back hand up a little bit, because I want to get the sail as far back as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the hand's always moving the opposite to the way the sail moves. Yeah.
Yeah. Got you. Very good.
That could be a good takeaway from this evening.
So for the calf and for the forward, I want to be practicing getting that hands back and pushing it forward across, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be my exercises this week if I get out. Well, maybe not at Weymouth on Thursday, but I'll just be hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I think you're going to be squeaky.
Survival mode.
Yeah, Ross Niger also going to be firing. So also like this guy's like if you think about if you're wanting to go to the inland sea, as long as it's windy at Ross Niger, it'll be good there as well. It works in exactly the same directions as Ross Niger does. And you can see Ross Niger's like pretty reliably windy at the minute. You know, like all the forecasts, there's more windy days than there is not windy days. 49 knots. It's gonna be wild. Yeah. Well, that's it for me tonight, guys.
Good stuff.
Just a quick one. Was meant to do it last night, but I got stuck in traffic on the way home. On a Sunday evening, was in standstill traffic for an hour and a half.
Like that.
There was a car burnt out on the M55, I think. It was a bit of a nightmare. But
Ruined someone's evening then, didn't it?
You what?
So it ruined somebody's evening.
Yeah. Hopefully they're all right.
I'll jump off. Thanks, Ollie.
Yeah, see you later, Jeff.
All right then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, see you later, boys. I might
take care. Thank you, Ollie.
some of you this week.